Hello and welcome back to this edition of Daily Actives brought to you by Bootleg Macro. I'm Dustin. We're going to be looking at the most active stocks on Yahoo Finance today, as we do every single day. I'm going to go ahead and check out what we've got here. It was quite an action-packed day, as it has been in the most recent weeks in the stock market. So I think there was at least some moves that we're going to be looking at, which are going to be very interesting. Looks like the very first stock here is NVIDIA. NVIDIA, as it always is interesting because it is one of the market leaders. It's been one of the trend leaders in terms of like sentiment, market participation, as well as generally 1-0 to DTE options. And when we look at what we've got here, NVIDIA is completely transformed. To be fair, it's actually gone from what has appeared to be more of a bearish trend. You can even see here, not just in the top of the range, kind of falling down, but underneath. I actually show you where the bearishness is. This is the red bars that are underneath. If you actually come to the website, which it'd be in the link in the description below. But if you go ahead and click these, you can see that we can have it no sentiment or we can have sentiment on there. And it's been very obvious that majority of the time that we've had since 2025 has started, we've had bearish sentiment. So to see what we're getting now, where we're essentially getting a little bit of bullish sentiment and we're getting a higher top in the range, which for me, that's the biggest signal is that you're getting a higher high in the range. You're seeing that the price is continuing to rise, ride the top of the range. You're seeing the bottom of the range start to angle upwards, as well as it's probably going to start actually getting higher than it has been in the recent weeks. Let's see if we have a higher low. We don't quite yet, but we can see that here on NVIDIA, one of the things that I really like to see is that it's been essentially 2 standard deviations above its mean. That's what the light red lettering means instead of the dark red lettering. It means that it is 2 standard deviations. When you have the dark red lettering, that means that it's 3 standard deviations above its mean. Now with the volume, we've got a little bit of this comes from the data provider. I'm going to try to find one that I can switch to eventually, but just making sure that the actual logic works, which is why this is free. But if we're looking at what we're seeing in the daily sentiment, we're still bullish, and we've been bullish. We've been bullish since it looks like the 8th of May, and I find that to be interesting because this is around the time that we saw a flip, a massive flip, specifically in the 1 month. Now, that's a big deal to me because I think that when you're looking at the type of moves in the 1 month, especially in the rolling look back, that's what you want to be paying attention to. You can see here, I don't know what days these were. This is in April. We can see the 1 month was essentially negative. That was not a time to really want to be inside of NVIDIA. But once you start to see a flip from the negative to the positive, I mean, that was actually a great sell signal right here. It wasn't necessarily bearish yet, but that flip to negative on the 1 month back here again, in January of 2025. It's like I said, we've been essentially negative the entire year. That flip right there for the 1 month negative rolling return was essentially a really good signal, as well as this move here, which has been, it looks like on the 2nd of May. Since that 1 month is flipped, it's been a very good decision to be long NVIDIA, which I think is actually quite nice because I want something simple. I want something easy. I want something that I can follow all the time. So if we're going to be really honest, the 1 month rolling return is flipped positive, and now we've got the 3 month rolling return flipping positive, and today we got the 6 month rolling return flipping positive. You add that with the combination of seeing a higher high, you're seeing the price continuing to rise, you're getting bullish trend change, and from my opinion, you're getting the bottom of the range to start to come up. I think that's good. The thing I like about this, again, if you haven't used it before, is you can go ahead and add it. The star, I need to work on it so that it actually gets added, but you can see at the bottom, NVIDIA has now been added to my portfolio. If you want this, I don't think that I need to actually deploy this today because this is actually not fully in production if you go to the website. But if you put things in your portfolio and I'll actually deploy it, you're going to get a list of all of the stocks that you're following, and you're going to get the same commentary. Essentially, you'll get some AI commentary. I'll work on that too. But you're essentially going to get the price, you're going to get the volume, you're going to get the bullishness, you're going to get the same trade level. You're going to get an idea of a bunch of different things that are looking at us across the entire industry of what you're following at the time. But tell me what you think in the comments below. Are you long? Are you short? Do you like it? Do you love it? Is this even a good review? And before you go check out the website. I think it is trade, yeah, trade range. Nope, wrong one. Yeah, no, this is it. I think you could use web app too. I think it's like web.com. Let's see, trade range. Yeah, look at that. So you could go to trade range. There we go. Yeah, you come here, trade range authentication.firebaseapp.com. You can get the same functionality essentially. It's not going to give you the same things I just showed you because, again, like I mentioned, I have to actually upload it. But I mean, you have the same data essentially that we were just looking at on my development version. I believe, oh, I already have it in my, it's going to work because I already have it in there. But here you can go to the view portfolio button and that's going to be over at the top side. But again, if you're looking for something that you want to be able to add, let's just do Tesla real quick. The reason why is I just want to show you how this actually works in a portfolio perspective. If you want to add it in, you can see we got Tesla. I'm sure I'm going to be doing that in my next video. I've added that to my portfolio. It should show up at the bottom here. Actually, I don't think it's necessarily deployed. Again, I need to update that inside of my production environment. I'll actually go ahead and deploy this right after this. But I just want you to think like, NVIDIA is showing you great signals right now. NVIDIA is showing you the type of opportunities that you'd really want to find in the market. You want something that's breaking out to a higher high. You want something that's recently flipped bullish. You love to see the 3 month and the 6 month flipping from negative to positive. Those are great signals. I don't care what the volatility is necessarily going to do or the spikes I'm seeing in the market. NVIDIA is showing me all the signals that I need to see in an individual stock. And that's really the way that I want to play this market because the indexes are terrifying right now. I mean, the volatility is off the charts. So NVIDIA is definitely gonna be something I'm gonna be following, as well as it's gonna be consistently on the top Yahoo Finance stocks. Okay. But tell me what you think in the comments below. Talk to you soon.